Right, so we're going to be looking at changing spark plugs on a Honda S2000. Got my torque wrench there, set that to 18 foot-pounds for the final tightening. Got your replacement spark plugs, spanner to undo the coil packs, spark plug socket, 3/8 drive extension and ratchet, and Allen key to remove the coil packs. So yeah, we'll have a look at the removal of the spark plugs and hopefully have a look and see how they've lasted after about 3,000 miles of 11 psi of boost. Right, so you start by undoing the Allen keys that secure the cam cover or spark plug cover to the cam cover. Once that's removed, you're left with 4 10mm bolts that secure the spark plug coils or the coil packs to the cam cover. These undo quite easily. Sometimes it's worth putting a bit of Loctite on them when you put them back in, because they can come undone and rattle around. Once you've done that, you disconnect the coil pack, pull the coil pack out, start loosening off the spark plug, pull it out, have a quick look at it. Get your new spark plug ready and wind it in by hand nice and slowly so you don't risk cross-threading it. And then the final part of it, tighten it up with your torque wrench and set that to 18 foot-pounds. And you should feel or you'll hear and feel the torque wrench click when it's fully tightened. And then once you've done that, it's just a case of putting the coil pack back in, clipping it back in, and then moving on to the next one. The sort of things you should be thinking about when you're doing this job is the engine warm? Because if it is, it's not advisable to do it, mainly because the aluminium will be softer, there's more chance of you damaging the threads, but also you're working in the exhaust manifold, you might end up burning your hands. So I always let the engine fully cool down before I start to do the spark plugs. When you pull the spark plugs out, you're looking for things like oil on the threads and oil on the insulator itself. If you find that, then chances are you may have a leaking spark plug seal in your cam cover. This can cause misfires, and obviously your oil consumption can worsen. So just keep that in mind whilst you're doing this. But it's pretty straightforward. It should take you about 20 minutes at most when you've got all your tools, and it normally makes your car run a lot nicer, especially if you haven't changed them for a while. Once you've changed your last spark plug and all your coil packs are plugged in, it's just a case of tightening up or putting the 4 10mm bolts back in on the coil packs, tightening them up, and then putting your spark plug cover back on. Right, so spark plugs are changed. There was no sign of any oil leaks in the cam cover, which is good, because what happens when you get oil leaks is that the oil comes from here to there and then it tracks down when you get your spark. So I haven't got that issue, but if you did have oil, then you do have the potential to have misfires. I think the plugs look quite sooty on the threads by the looks of it, but the insulator, if we look at it, looks alright, but then the top is the not the electrode, but part of the electrode looks quite grey, which I thought showed lean, but I'm not 100% on that, because obviously I'm running water injection, so I don't know what effect that'll have to the look of the plugs, because the whole point of it, it's supposed to almost steam clean them. So yeah, I'll have a look online, see what people think. I've taken some photos. But yeah, I hope this video has helped you change your plugs on a Honda S2000. I would recommend you use a torque wrench, just because if you're a bit of an amateur. I mean, I can normally do it by feel, but for the point of the video I've used a torque wrench. But yeah, it's better to use a torque wrench because you do risk shearing, or not shearing, but ripping the threads out of the aluminium head, and then you're in a whole world of pain. So yeah, with a torque wrench, put it as what the manufacturer recommends, do it up, sorted. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Make sure you like and subscribe to see more. Thanks, bye.